I remember when I came to the conclusion that I was going to leave, one of the things that I had to quickly get over is the fear of the unknown. I had become accustomed to living in a home for a very long time, a home that we got custom built, a home that I picked out the cabinets, the carpet. It was my home. So now I was going to walk away. And when you're in a situation like that, you don't know what to expect. So it was the unknown that was a fear. So I remember planning and saying that, okay, I'm going to look for an apartment. I remember searching around Metro Atlanta in different areas for apartments, and I felt uneasy. I felt like basically I was taking a huge downgrade. And there were two things that was at the top of my list. One, I needed to feel safe. And two, the place needed to feel like a home. I remember by this time, I had told a couple of people, and I was talking to my friend and I was telling her about the disappointment of going apartment hunting and what I was finding. And she was like, that's because you're looking in the wrong areas. And she said, because in my area that I lived in, it's just a lot of homes. And I wasn't trying to live in the same area. I wanted to move a good distance, but still be in the Atlanta area, because Metro Atlanta is huge. And so she said, you're looking in the wrong area. You need to look at Johns Creek. I'm like, Johns Creek? I ain't even really heard of it, but vaguely. That's because it was a brand new city. So I came up here, looked around. It was like Mayberry. Everything was brand new. People jogging, playing tennis. Everything was new. Even the Wendy's was new. It was a really nice area. I remember saying to myself and to her that I'm not going to be able to afford this. And I remember clear as day, she told me, you can afford more than you think you can. You've been supporting an entire another family and didn't even know it. I said, good point. So it was on a Sunday when I stumbled across the apartments that I'm in now. And again, it was kind of intimidating because you have in big bold letters on the front, luxury apartments. Okay, but it was beautiful. So they were closed on Sunday. So I went back during the week and I spoke to a consultant, and he showed me around and he looked in the system. He asked me when I was anticipating to move, and I told him, and he found something in the price range. I'm like, oh my God, thank you, Jesus. Because he was like, you're in luck, because the time that you want to move in, somebody will be moving out. And the price was right. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll take it. So we, went through the application process or whatever, approved. Okay, cool. So fast forward, the day before I moved, I came up here to make sure everything was okay, because I only had one time to get this right. And so I went to fill out my paperwork to make sure everything, I could move in or whatever, finish the paperwork. And he was like, our systems are offline. We can't do the paperwork, so we may have to delay your move in. And I'm like, hold on. And that's when I was transparent with him. Like, look, I'm in a situation. I have to move. I have movers scheduled, and it is imperative. This got to go down tomorrow. So I need everything wrapped up today. And when I told him about it, a sense of urgency came over his face, and he said, hold on, let me call the corporate office. So he went in the back and started calling the corporate office, and he was talking to them. I remember sitting in the lobby, you have your symphony music playing, and I'm nervous, like, Lord, please, I need to be able to move in tomorrow. And so I remember an older white woman coming out, and she offered me some water. And I said, no, I'm okay. And she was like, well, is there anything I could do for you? I said, actually, yes. The last time I was here, I was so impressed by the apartment itself and excited. I didn't get a chance to tour the entire area of the apartments. And she was like, okay, well, come on, let me show you around. So she's showing me all of the amenities, which blew my mind. I mean, of course, the swimming pools, workout room, they have a sauna room. I mean, it was beautiful. Clubhouse, I mean, multi-floors, beautiful. And she said, so what brings you to this area? And one of the things I said to myself, in order for me to start taking back my power, I needed to be transparent, no matter how I thought people may react to it, because it was helping me. And so she asked me, and I took a deep breath. I said, well, my husband had an affair. I'm leaving him and he don't know it. And she looked at me and she said, honey, I done did that 3 times. And it was like a sigh of relief. So as we're touring the grounds, we're talking, and she's telling me about her situation, and she asked me if I mind if she asked me questions, and I'm like, sure. And so she's asking me questions, and by the end, she was giving me tips. Like, this is your first time on your own in a very, very long time, actually in your adult life, which is true, you know. And so she said, one of the things that you should know is that don't cook big portions because it's just you. Because if you do, or get a lot of food, it's just going to spoil. And she's right. And I'm like, thank you. And so she gave me little tips like that, which was very, very helpful. And so we get back to the clubhouse and the consultant comes out and he was like, Deshawn, great news. I was able to talk to the corporate office and we're going to do everything manually. So we will be able to take care of all your paperwork today and give you the key so you can move in tomorrow. And I'm like, thank you. And so he was like, do you mind coming with me and walking with me because I want to show you something. I have a surprise. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, I can't take no more surprises today, but okay. So we get on the little cart and we go over to the another area and we walk up the stairs and he opens the door to this apartment. And I remember him opening the door. I remember all the natural light shining through the door. It was like opening the door to heaven. I mean, the only thing that was missing was the harp and the So I walk in and he's showing me this apartment. It is absolutely drop dead beautiful. I mean, it was nothing but windows. That's where the natural light came from. Everything was a tremendous upgrade. Now, don't get me wrong. The apartment that I was going to get was beautiful. But the apartment that he showed me, I mean, upgraded countertops, upgraded fixtures, very spacious, very beautiful. And so I'm walking around, I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. And he was like, you like it? And I said, yeah. And he said, we're gonna give you this apartment. And I'm like, excuse me? And he said, we're gonna give you this apartment. And I'm thinking to myself, I know I can't afford this. And he said, we're gonna give it to you at the same price as the other apartment. I remember feeling so grateful because I felt like it was a home. It was what I was accustomed to. And I was just so afraid that I was going to end up someplace that I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel safe. And the fact that they was giving me this beautiful apartment at the same price that I saw the other apartment. And I was just grateful. And so I remember we went back to the clubhouse and the woman came out and she said, so do you like the apartment? I said, yes, I love it. Thank you. Come to find out, she was the property manager and I didn't even know it. And she went on to say, we're glad to have you here. I've already contacted the courtesy officers that live here, and I also contacted the police department. You don't have to worry about a thing. You're safe in Johns Creek, and we don't play that here. And so the next day I moved in, and it's been great ever since. And I guess the moral of this story is, don't fear the unknown. Just when you think that you can't or you will not be able to, God is going to put people in your path that you never even met to make that way for you. So don't be fearful of the unknown. Embrace it and walk that path, because it could be leading to your path of destiny, and a good path at that. So that's it for this week. Thank you to everyone who have sent me text messages, instant messages, Instagram messages. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all the kind words. I'm still trying to figure out as far as a set date that I'm trying to upload videos. So if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is SeeShawnLive, you will be able to get a notice when I upload new videos. So again, thank you again, and I'm gonna try to upload another video next week, and don't forget to live. Bye.